Your brain is the most powerful weapon in the world. But there's 24 hours in the day where you're alone in this brain. And your brain is talking to you in all kinds of ways. And it wants to control you and pull you in these different pockets. If you can't control your own brain and your brain controls you, you're fucked.
I've watched every David Goggins interview, every podcast. I've read both the books. I've tried to find everything about David Goggins I ever could, because at some point I was absolutely obsessed over this guy, and I've come away with the one lesson that will help you build unlimited discipline just like David Goggins. Now this video is a part of a series on YouTube about self-transcendence and about how to build discipline. This is episode 4 and it's all about willpower. Now, let me first tell you a story of how I discovered David Goggins. See, I was sitting in my car. I'm on my work break, so I'm a delivery guy. I'm working this shitty job. I'm getting a little bit above minimum wage, and I'm sipping on a chocolate, like milk carton, one of these little boxes of chocolate, and I'm just sitting there with the straw, and you know, I'm bored, so I see my laptop next to me, and I remember, oh yeah, I brought this to read books. So I get my laptop, put it on me, I open this. It was this exact laptop that you're seeing right here. So I open this laptop and I start reading this book, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. And I'm reading this book and I get really invested in this book because the book starts out with how David Goggins was a complete loser. He was just like me. He was working a shitty job for minimum wage he hated. He was eating chocolate and doing all these instant gratification activities to just numb the fucking pain of a meaningless existence. He was unhappy and unsatisfied with himself, and he was 24 at the time. So that's where David Goggins started. But one day, in the midst of his fucking misery, he opened the TV and he saw like an ad or something, like a documentary, I think. And it was about Navy SEALs. Navy SEALs are people in the military who, you know, are in the Marine space. They're soldiers. And David Goggins, in that moment, he had an epiphany. He had this brilliant idea to join the Navy SEALs. Now, he was a black, overweight guy who could not even swim. He was terrified of water, so logically he decided to join the Navy SEALs. And that he did. And over the course of the next years, David Goggins became an absolute beast. And that's what the book is about, how David Goggins became the man he is today, the absolute beast of a man. One of the most, if not the most disciplined person on earth. I mean, I could not do him justice with the achievement he has achieved in this video. He has broken the world record for most pull-ups. He has run 100 miles without any preparation. He has run 240 miles with preparation. He has run on broken fucking legs, literally broken shins in the military, where he would tie up duct tape around his legs and run like this. He has gone through Hell Week twice, which is like the toughest military training. Honestly, I could not do him justice. Search up David Goggins, read his book, look at his achievement. This guy is an absolute beast in terms of discipline. And this is what inspired me. I just sat there with this book in my car, working my miserable job, sipping my little shitty carton of milk, chocolate milk, and I'm like, holy shit, there is so much more to life than what I'm doing right now. And this is how David Goggins inspired me to become a beast. He inspired me to pursue my goals. He inspired me to stop being a fucking pussy, to throw away the stupid chocolate drink, to throw away the stupid habits like video games and all that bullshit that slow me down, and finally start pursuing my goals like I'm supposed to. And because of David Goggins, I became a beast as well. Yes, I'm not like him in terms of I cannot run 240 miles. I don't know if I can run 24, but I didn't become like an extreme athlete or sports beast. I just became disciplined with my habits. I built this discipline that just allowed me to pursue my goals without being a pussy. And that's what it's all about. That's all you need as a man. So you need to train your mind until you achieve this unlimited discipline, or at least unlimited enough for you to achieve your goals. Every day to wake up and work hard without being undisciplined, without doing stupidity, without wasting your life. This is what David Goggins taught me. This is what this book inspired me to do. And this is what I want to teach you in this video. So how do you develop willpower like David Goggins? How do you become a tough ass motherfucker? Well, it's one lesson that this man taught me over the course of all the podcasts I watched, all the books I read, all the time I spent thinking about this guy, thinking about the secret that this guy had to be this type of man. I found one thing, and one thing only, and this is the only thing you need because it works, and that is you must value the pain, not run from it. See, David Goggins, he isn't like other people. Most other people run from the pain. They feel pain in their lives, whether it's a headache when they're trying to pursue their goals, or they're working out and they feel pain, they stop. They stop immediately. Most of us, that's how we're trained. When you feel pain, stop, you're gonna hurt yourself. But not David Goggins. David Goggins had balls of steel. He pursued the pain. He chased the pain. But here's the thing, he didn't start off this way. At first, he was fat. He was eating junk food every day. He was working this shitty job. So at first, David Goggins ran from the pain. He succumbed to his previous life, his previous traumas. His story is very tough. And he ran from that pain. He didn't face it. And he became miserable. He became this like soulless man who did not pursue his ambitions, who was scared to pursue his goals. But then he turned around. He saw that TV screen, he saw the Navy SEALs, and he found a purpose. And that's when he started facing the pain. And this is the ultimate lesson David Goggins has taught me. See, a reward is not as motivating as meaning. You need to give your pain meaning. Right now, you've set goals because you want to, you've set the goal to get fit because you want to attract girls. You've set the goal to make money because you want freedom and you want to attract girls. You set the goal to develop social skills because you want to attract girls. You set the goals for all the wrong reasons. You set the goal so you can get some type of external reward for achieving this goal, and which is fine. This is how everybody sets goals at the start. I set my goals like this as well. But what David Goggins taught me is that reward is not as motivating as meaning. See, David Goggins, he doesn't expect any reward. In fact, for most of his life, before he was famous, he only got famous like in his 40s. So before that, for most of his life, for like 20 years, nobody knew him, and he just fucking did all this crazy shit. And he wasn't rich, he wasn't famous, he didn't get any great external rewards from it. He just did it. He just developed himself. Because for him, it gave him meaning. See, it was his purpose to become the toughest motherfucker that the world has ever seen. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to be the toughest motherfucker. Everywhere he went, he wanted to be the most disciplined guy, the toughest man in the room. And I would pretty much say, achieved it. I think he's a great man. All the pain he suffered from achieving all these feats, it was meaning to him. It was a meaningful pain. He didn't do it for a reward. So what you need to understand right now is that you need to give meaning to your pain. You know, when I set my goals for a reward, I used to set my goals, you know, I'd watch Andrew Tate on YouTube. I watch this guy tell me, fucking get rich, and I watch other people tell me to get rich, and I'd be like, oh shit, let's get rich. I'm gonna have Bugattis, and I'm gonna be awesome, and I'm gonna be so much better than everybody else. And I watched these videos and I got motivated. I set the goals, the delusional goals of becoming a multi-millionaire by 23 years old. I set these goals. And I set them for the reward, expecting that I'm gonna get a reward from setting the goals, pursuing the goals. If I achieve these goals, my life is gonna be awesome. But that's a lie. Your life is not gonna be different than if you achieved or didn't achieve your goals. You're gonna be equally happy or miserable. A car doesn't make you happy, money doesn't make you happy, fame doesn't make you happy, status doesn't make you happy. None of this shit makes you happy. So that's a lie. So they can sell you their shit. Really, what makes you happy is meaning. Finding meaning in the pain. So eventually I realized this, and all these goals that I'd set became useless. They became meaningless, and I fell in this rut and I became undisciplined again. But then I had this moment like David Goggins with his TV. Mine was more self-induced just by thinking. And I had this moment, this epiphany where I discovered my purpose. I discovered what I wanted to do with my life. And this gave meaning to all the pain. And so now, since then, which is last year, I've been more disciplined than I ever was before. I've been 4 or 5 times more disciplined than before over the past year. I've taken way more pain, and I've had much more discipline, and I've finally become consistent with all my habits. I'm finally as disciplined as I want to be. And it's because I gave meaning to my pain through my purpose. So right now, this is the lesson I want to teach you. Instead of chasing some type of reward, stop and ask yourself, what is the meaning of all this? What is the meaning to your pain? You want to be disciplined? You want to set goals? What is the meaning? Give it meaning, because meaning is much more motivating than the rewards. Meaning destroys the people who chase rewards. That's what David Goggins taught me. He didn't give a fuck about being famous and making money. He only gave a fuck about his meaning, which was to become the toughest motherfucker. That was his purpose. So what's your purpose? What's your meaning for all the pain in life? And when you give it meaning, you become disciplined. Because discipline is just about overcoming the pain. And when you find meaning in the pain, not only do you overcome it, you seek it. You become the beast. The pain becomes your little bitch. And you overcome it over and over again. And you become a better man. And this is self-transcendence. The specific way you can implement this in your life today, the specific way you can practice willpower like David Goggins, is every day by spending time with this meaningful pain. So once you give your pain some meaning, once you have a purpose to the pain in your life, you want to spend time with this pain daily. So whatever your goal is, whatever your meaningful goal is, your real purpose, not some fucking goal that you set just because you want to get a reward of money or whatever, but whatever your true meaningful goal in life is, spend time every day with the pain. And if every day needs to be uncomfortable, and if every day is difficult, if every day is uncomfortable, you're making progress and you're achieving what you need to be achieving. You're being disciplined. The next episode, I'll talk about something called the daily self-transcendence, and I'll give you step by step how to actually give meaning to that pain. So that's the 5th final episode of this series. And yeah, join my community. It's about discipline. If you want to be held accountable, if you want to actually genuinely become disciplined, if you want value posts, daily posts, if you want courses, if you want a private Discord community, If you want all this valuable information, contact with me. It's all for free. You can join my community and I'll help you be more disciplined. So thanks for watching this video. This was the 4th episode of the Self-Transcendence series. In the next episode, we'll talk about the daily self-transcendence, how to daily transcend yourself through a system so you can achieve your goals. Thanks for watching. Bye. Stay hard.
Stay fucking hard.